Hi, I'm John Alexandroff. It's great to be back with Bill Murphy of Fairway Independent Mortgage. And Bill, we're getting some positive feedback on these videos already. It's great to get more information out to your customers, your referral sources, your friends, people who are doing business with you or referring business to you. And one thing that came to my mind, Bill, was, you've been in this business for 15 years. Again, you've won multiple awards from different sources. You could work for any mortgage company that you want to. I mean, I'm sure you get heavily recruited. You're probably getting calls all the time. But you chose Fairway Independent Mortgage Company, and there are reasons why you chose Fairway Independent Mortgage. So I'd like you to go into, why Fairway Independent Mortgage Company is your choice, why you're affiliated with them, and why you are, in a sense, I think you are, superior to many other mortgage companies that people could go to for their financing these days.
Yes, I mean, I came here, it'll be 6 years this November. I came from, I've had all kinds of different backgrounds where I was a mortgage broker. I worked for the big banks. Yeah. And then I was, when the bubble was bursting and not, with the foreclosures and, the housing market crash, a lot of lenders were going out of business. And, there was some unscrupulous players out there that didn't do things the right way, and we could see what was happening. So it was important at that time, about 6 years ago, that I come on board with, we're a franchise here in Auburn of Fairway. Fairway's a national company, and it was important that I aligned myself with a like-minded company and like-minded people. And when I went out to where corporate's located in Wisconsin and Dallas, Texas, they kind of two headquarters out there. I went on a trip, and the one thing that I learned while I was on that site visit or interview was that the CEO of the company basically said we need to be a 10 in every area of a company that you're looking for, and that came down to the client approach, the client-centric views, and purchase business and doing the right. Basically, what it came down to is doing the right thing, and that was so important back. It's important and always, but back then to have that vision where people where other companies weren't necessarily doing the right thing. Fairway's always had that approach.
Let me ask you a question about that, Bill, because I've met Steve Jacobson personally myself, who's the president of Fairway. Matter of fact, my son works for Fairway, so I mean that's how much I know about the company and how much I think about the company. And he really has impressed me. I've only known him for a couple of years, but he really has impressed me as one of those people who just, if he has to make a choice between making a little bit more money or doing the right thing, he's always going to do the right thing. The money's going to come to the company because you guys are great at what you do anyways. And he always seems to make that choice. Well, if this is the right thing for the customer, or the right thing for my employees, or the right thing for my branch managers, that's what I'm going to do.
Right.
And I was really impressed by that, and I could tell that in his personality. And it's probably one of the reasons why you felt so close to him.
He's got a very dynamic vision, and it's horizontally managed. So he calls everybody in the branches, the street, and he always wants to get the street's opinion. So he values each and every one of Fairway's employees' opinions on how things are done and how things should be done, or takes feedback, and he listens. And then when you get to be a bigger company, we're a mid-sized company, continuing to grow, and you have that approach, people really give a little bit extra of themselves, when you're that happy, when you have somebody that listens, and it's not like corporate America.
He's a regular guy. I mean, that's the thing. He's impressed by him. He's just a regular person who just wants to do the right thing. And that's very impressive.
And working for some of the banks and things, you could be a top producer, and do a great business. But the higher ups, the corporate, look at you as an employee number.
Well, I think that's what you were talking about earlier. I think the big banks is a hierarchy, top down. In Fairway Independent Mortgage Company, you said it's horizontal.
Right.
There's leadership, obviously, but everybody's involved, and I'm really impressed by that. And I don't know the numbers, Bill, but you've been with the company for 6 years now. How's the company grown? I mean, because many mortgage companies, Many other lenders have gone out of business in the last 6 years.
Yeah, I mean,
what have you done? What have you done in the last 6 years?
Yeah, as a company, we're a $6 billion lender. I mean, we close in this branch, an average of, a little over 50 million a year.
Yeah.
That equals about, 275 transactions every year. So that's 275 loans per year that we close for about 50 million, right around there.
Yeah.
The company, again, it's grown to a $6 billion company. With the client-centered focus is, doing an excellent job on purchases and making sure that we're doing the right thing with our purchases. Our underwriters are make sense underwriters. They get it, and they're always on top of guidelines, and there's always communication. And we can talk to our underwriters. We can explain things to our underwriters. We can memo files, and again, that's the approach. Everybody's on the same team. Whereas again, the big banks, I mean, some of those banks don't allow the loan officers to talk to the underwriters. That's a problem, because if there's a loan that makes sense and you're trying to convey that, and an underwriter that doesn't know you is having a bad day, that may be taken out on your file.
Yeah, you're getting shelled for a while.
Yeah, so it's important, and we have pretty consistent underwriting here, and my staff's been with me forever, and Kelly's my processor, and she's been with me about 10 years with a previous company, and
wow.
So we know
there's a lot of continuity.
There's a continuity, there's a chemistry, we have fun, and we always know we're in sync on our loan files and our client approach.
Well, Bill, we're doing several videos in the upcoming weeks, and I know we're going to talk more as we approach different subjects about Fairway, about your office here in Auburn, about your employees, your staff. I shouldn't call them your employees because you don't treat them like employees.
Right.
They're really staff here. You're really all working together. You're a team. Yeah. And so we're going to be talking more about that and some of the ways that Fairway Independent Mortgage Company as an entity is helping your customers and your realtor referral sources because of the marketing programs. We'll get into that. And then also more about how your team is helping your clients. It's not just about closing more loans. It's about really, getting to know them, working with them, taking care of their issues, making sure that they're meeting their financial goals. Those are all things that are just paramount. It's not just what's the interest rate here. It's all about how do we properly take care of our customers and our clients, and I think you do an extraordinary job with that here.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll be back next week with our next video.